Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I'm your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid near to Bral.
Oh, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin for Bral.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sailor I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grey Space.
Hey, I'm Zakad. I play Lafdul Moonglade, an elven specialty priest of Aravan, occasionally a thief from Realm Space. Did I say that? I can't remember. Hell, his gimmick's coming out, fun titles every week. So his current title is the Fatigued, Faux-Feigned Fraudster Friend. It just sounded cool. That's why I like that one. The Faux-Feigned. I mean, it's kind of like a contradiction in a way, I think.
It has alliteration.
So, Leva's player is running a little late. Should be here pretty soon. And Daikami, Solas' player, is not feeling well today. So, for those viewers out there who... and thank you very much for those bits on Anghammarand. For those who wish to have some influence over the gameplay, 500 bits will get the player or dungeon master of your choice a reroll. As it stands right now, Braxon has 1, Finn has 2, Ockar has 1, Lafdul has none, Leva has 3, and Solas has 4. And I, the dungeon master, have 11. So we left off last time. The party had returned to Bral and began to get some tasks started. Talking to merchants and wizards and things of that nature. But it also came up that they have a lot of gems and jewelry that needs to be sold. So I would... there was an idea of making a quick run by some of the other ports in Brawl space to try and sell off what they could, in addition to selling off what you can here on Brawl. You've been on Brawl for about 4 days so far, but you definitely can swing by some of the other planets if you want.
Yeah, I think we had enough money in the company that fund that we can just pay off the crew as is, so we can just go about making back the money as we can from the gems.
Well, we paid the crew to the end of the month, so...
I mean, if we disappear now, the crew aren't going to riot. That's what I mean.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, if we go over the end of this month, we'll have to pay him another month.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because we'll have money from the gems.
I don't mind going around selling gems.
I think one thing Braxon would want to do before that is run around and try and pick up any intel on these pirates we've been hearing about, in case there's any rewards. Because if we go to another port and we get attacked by pirates and we beat the pirates and there's a reward we don't know, we don't get the reward.
I mean, generally speaking, if we... Well, actually, what is the general rules of combat? I mean, if you get attacked in space, you just report it and bring them in, or what?
If you bring in proof of defeating a pirate, and you go to a port, and there is a known reward for it, if you supply proof. So basically, if you get attacked, you can bring in, it's your choice as to how you determine proof. Bring it in. Worst case scenario is they're like, oh, that's not actually a pirate we knew about. Thanks for your help. See ya.
Yeah.
Best case scenario is, oh, you took care of so-and-so. Here's your reward, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I think Braxton would see if that underwriter was still around. We spoke to a long time ago, and see
yes.
and see if he's got a list of ships that have gone missing, and like any intel that he's picked up on when making insurance payouts.
So unfortunately, so part of it is that because of the increased pirate activity, there's a lot more mercenaries and privateers being active as well.
Okay.
So there's basically a lot more pirate hunters also active. But the underwriter himself would not have like a whole lot of information about that. That is more things that you'd have to go to the authorities or the pragmatic order of thought.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think I have, Galdaster of Bral. That was the
Right.
underwriter.
Galdasser of Bral.
Actually, that's a random thought. Thief guilds have bounties on people, don't they?
They do, but because of the urban nature of the thieves guilds, they basically have nothing to do with pirates, and in fact, they really wouldn't as long as their stuff isn't being attacked, they're perfectly happy to let pirates, leave pirates alone, because many pirates also work as smugglers and stuff like that too. So.
Yeah. At some point before we ever leave Bral, I would get a rundown of problem makers, or an idea of just in case I come across them across a ship or something.
I mean, you could find out about people that they're looking for, kind of thing, but that would be more like individuals that might have taken passage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is, maybe owed money to the Thieves Guild and has skipped town, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still do that. I mean, it may not merit anything in our little voyage, but I'd still do it anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things that you can keep in mind if you encounter a ship, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, asking around, no one really knows much about these ships. The thing is that a normal piracy is definitely on the rise. That is confirmed.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of ships going missing, and is it because of increased normal piracy activity, or is it these strange new ships that have been seen? No one really knows.
Okay.
And those strange new ships have basically are keeping their distance on the times that they have been spotted. So it's no one's gotten a good view of them, kind of thing.
Who have been reporting these strange new ships? The Elven Navy or merchants and stuff? So they've been keeping their distance from the Navy.
Well,
we had...
I mean,
as best they can.
The Elven Navy isn't exactly talking about these things. It's not like they're going around saying, "Hey, by the way, we've dealt with these things." They keep to themselves in that.
We had dealings with trading company before when we went out and found that shark ship.
Calhane, I think.
Yeah, so we could pop in there.
Oh yeah, I suppose actually I would also at some point. These are I've got a whole list of some points adding up for Lafdul to inquire about these ships on the outskirts that are. At least maybe the Thieves Guilds might tell me more than what you guys might know. I might learn something. So I'd see if I can pick up anything.
So again, unfortunately, no one has concrete information.
No.
Okay.
Because whatever these new ships are, they are keeping their distance from anyone that they don't destroy.
Yeah.
If they are in fact destroying anyone.
Yeah.
Cause as much harm without leaving any trace.
Well, I mean, it's like...
Are they wrecking the ships, or are they just losing them? Or...
I mean, ships go missing, and it is oftentimes incredibly difficult to find them when a ship goes missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't exactly... Actually, no, you do.
Drift.
You still...
They'll drift. And
no, but when you fly by in Spelljammer, the ship's big enough to stop you from Spelljammer,
yes,
right?
but keep in mind that a travel lane between two worlds changes as the planets move.
Yeah.
So if you're attacked today at this one spot, even if your ship stays perfectly still, unless there's another ship following your exact same course, generally within, like, minutes, they're going to fly right by you and never know.
Yeah.
Kind of
Another ship going in a different angle might bump into you, but you're basically talking about two courses intersecting exactly.
Yeah. And ships do drift, and that does happen. Like, ships will come across wrecks and stuff like that. It's not unusual, but it is also one of these things, like, you could come across a wreck that actually wrecked 20 years ago. Kind of thing. So without specifically looking for a specific ship that you knew was on a specific route.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to look for specific ships unless we can get an item and do what we did before. Really, we're in the business now of offloading the gems rather than doing that.
Just traveling around, we're bound to encounter them. So
Yeah.
Well, we're not bound to encounter them, but I was trying to get an idea of if we had any intel on rewards, because rewards would also help boost the money.
Yeah, I mean, so you can check all the publicly listed ship rewards, pirate rewards, and definitely make a note of that.
I think
I generally assume that anytime you're in a port, you're doing that, because those are usually pretty publicly posted if they're government rewards kind of thing.
Yeah, I think what Braxon would say while he was down at House Collane is, we're thinking of going to these ports because we've got to offload some gems. Have you got any ships going in those directions that you'd like escorted? See if we pick up an escort job.
Calhane won't, but she can give you some names of some shipping concerns that don't own their own ships and kind of like try to, like get a few tons in on a ship that has some spare space and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. What do people think to that? We can get some cargo.
Or passengers
gone so well for us lately.
Well, we're going in that direction anyway, right? It's to supplement our income.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like she's giving you the names of people who, like, they aren't, like, you're not going to need to go purchase cargo and then sell the cargo. You're just being hired to carry it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Braxon will thank her very much, and say if she ever needs a favour to pop over to our office.
Oh, she knows. She knows.
Yeah. All right. So I can't remember how much space we've got free. Let's have a look.
Remember where my field skill is.
How much sort of cargo will we get, or are we going to hand wave it, or do you want to?
I'm going to hand wave it and just say what your profit is.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I suppose Braxon will go to the company of the Pragmatic Order of Thought, and see if they've got any leads, if this is something they're interested in, and he'll also say we might have some information for them soon.
They will be very grateful for any information that you do provide. They will share what they know and are willing to share about what's going on. The big thing is just that, like, elven patrols seem to be at a reduced amount lately. There's a rumor that there's goblinoid incursions at the edges of known space. But no one really knows. The elves certainly don't talk about this. They never talk about, what's going on unless they see a reason to do so. But there is an increase in piracy, so they're definitely, they've got a lot more mercenaries and privateers out. But they'll share with you a list of known active pirates and what the current bounties are.
Awesome.
As well.
Yeah, Braxon will thank him.
I think we should get some manacles. If we bring in people, or do you just tie them up?
You just tie them up. You got rope.
Does it come across a lot worse if we have manacles? That's a generic question.
People could consider that. Like, I mean, it would depend a lot on how many you have.
Oh, no, just like a handful.
Yeah, we put on the manacles. These are not slavery manacles on this governor. They're for pirates only.
I think Lafdul would want a pair, something that he can put in his pouch, because when he puts a target to sleep, he can just manacle them up, because he doesn't have rope use to.
You do realise there will be fan fiction about this now.
So keep in mind that
fiction about everything.
Keep in mind that these aren't like handcuffs where you just slap them on. You do have to like lock them.
Put the wrists, yeah.
Yeah.
But I could also put a priest lock on them, for example.
Right. I'm just saying that like you would need to manually lock them or cast a spell or something like that. So it's not like, just slapping on handcuffs today.
Yeah, I know.
As long as you're aware of that.
I mean, generally, when I put people to sleep via my sleep venom, they're out for multiple turns or at least one turn, so it's 10 rounds to do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some.
I'll just get the one.
Alright.
I'll try and get some decent ones, and then they'll hold a reasonably strong person. I mean, it's not going to hold a Minotaur or anything, so... Or a GIF, because they're too big.
Or you can learn how to pick them open while they're on you.
I mean, it's a useful skill to know.
The next thing is we need to put you in a sack with the manacles on, hanging on a rope.
I've got a granted power that just allows me to just will them open.
Being set on fire.
All right, so is there anything else that you want to do, or do you want to start thinking about what route you'd actually be taking?
Yeah, unless there's something that Lever wants to do, we'd be thinking about what route to go to sell the gems.
Yeah.
Do we know what was written in the documents?
Not yet. You've only been basically Ockar's gotten his armor started. You've gotten the Illithid translation started. The gray space research has started. All of that is just gotta wait some time now.
Okay.
So at this point, there's more of just waiting for these things to be finished before you can act on any of them. So it's a good time to spend a few days traveling to other planets to sell off any gems.
In that case, Lever has no... Sorry.
Do you want to have sold some gems off here on Bral first, or
do
you want to wait until you come back?
No, we should definitely sell gems first.
You sell some gems here, and I'd also put an inquiry at the wizard's place that we have. I give a rough rundown of what kind of gems we got in case any of the wizards want them, because they are the only people that have that kind of money for a lot of expensive gems.
Right. Well, I mean, I generally assume that is kind of how
I didn't know.
I think if we sell some now, there's a chance we'll sell a couple more when we get back.
Yeah.
Probably a low chance, but a chance.
Okay. All right. So there's still a lot of other rumors going around, but you haven't really sat down and tried to talk to the people who like to rumor monger and find stuff out. Just FYI.
All right. Should we check? I'm trying to remember what we've forgotten.
Well, no, it's not that you've forgotten anything. It's that it's been a very cursory type of inquiries that you guys that you as players have been making, as opposed to, hey, let's go down to the tavern and see what people are talking about. It's just, I want to ask this person that I have just encountered about any rumors that they know, as opposed to actually go to the rumor mongers, the places where people talk about stuff.
Yeah. What's the best taverns for that?
Any tavern will do.
Any tavern.
Yeah.
That
was just my hint that you haven't heard everything that I had written down rumor-wise.
Okay. Fair enough. I think we need to go to a pub before we go.
It doesn't have to be before you go if you don't want. That's fine. I'm just letting you know.
No, I think we should. If there's my spider senses are telling me we should go to a pub. Who's good at gathering information?
There's a proficiency for that.
I know.
No, sorry, I was talking to someone.
Are any of us better at gathering information than other people?
I mean,
I honestly blanked on what we were going around the pubs to do again. Sorry.
rumor gathering.
Yeah. Oh. Sure.
I mean, I have. I'm really good at talking to people, so I could probably get some information out of them.
Yeah, I've got good charisma, not as good as yours, but.
My point is that anytime that you want to get the rumors, I'm expecting a little, like, it's not going to be a thing of, hey, we've just arrived, the Dockmaster comes up, hey, Dockmaster, give us rumor list. Okay, rumor number 1, rumor number 2, rumor number 3, kind of thing. Like, you gotta do a little role-playing around the taverns.
Are you telling me there's not people walking about Bral with question marks above their head?
I wanna do drunken sailor role-playing. Come on.
I guess before we head out, I could go stop by one of the taverns, like the Drunken Octopus.
Oh, okay, so you head into the Drunken Octopus and start plying some locals and some sailors with some drinks. So we'll say a 15 coppers for the total drinks.
Okay. I'll pay that.
All right. So they're definitely talking about the reduced elven patrols and things like that. But one of them also says, "Hey, I heard that it might be related to Neogi activity being down too. Maybe they're shifting their ships around. I think it's them pots that have been really helping to keep those Neogi slaver raids from being as bad as they have been in the past." And another one says, but I think they're up to something. They're probably gathering their forces.
Was Ockar doing this by himself?
Yeah, nobody said they were coming with me, so I'm doing it solo.
Alright, fair enough. I missed the opportunity to go with you. I would have gone with you. It's fine. Carry on.
Okay.
I mean, you can always ask to... remember, you can always ask questions and try to expand upon things.
No, I was going to be more...
Well, that was directed at
kind of thing.
That was directed at Ockar. Because he's
the
one doing that. You can also go yourself.
So, what makes you think that Neogi might be planning on something?
Oh, well, you know them. They're always up to something. And if they're not being seen around very much, it could be the pots, but I don't know. They don't seem as effective as my friend here. He bumps him with his shoulder a bit, and they chuckle. No, I think they're just up to something. Maybe gathering their forces for a big raid.
Okay.
Your Spiral hasn't been raided lately.
Spiral?
That's one of the other worlds in Brawl Space.
So it hasn't, or it has?
Hasn't been, he said.
Okay. And does it normally get raided?
Well, every place gets raided every once in a while, at least. I don't know. I was just thinking.
Oh, that's something to keep in mind. Thank you.
Thank you for the drinks.
Okay. I guess I'll go back after getting that information and let the others know, especially the bit about the Neogi and Spiral.
Lafdul, did you also want to head out and visit some taverns?
Lafdul's going to be a bit more sly and go more of a direct approach towards the Elven Imperial Navy, but I'm going to have mind read up. But I'm also going to be, I'm trying to play the card from, hey, if I joined the Elven Imperial Navy, what do you think I'll be doing? And they might coincidentally think about what's going on. They might not say it, but they might think it, and that's what I'm hoping to pull from.
Okay.
So I'm just making inquiries. What people would do, what would I expect it to be done. Because this is a genuine thing.
Going to a tavern, you mean? Yeah. Though, right?
Well, yeah, I'd be trying to get it from Elven Navy officers. So that's I was going. This is. Have I missed?
This is basically like just seeing what people are talking about.
Yeah, but I want to do it in a different way.
I understand.
I
mean, Elven officers don't often. I mean, like some will go to taverns and stuff like that, but it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, I don't have to do it in a tavern now. I can just do it wherever they hang out.
Right, but Elven officers aren't rumor mongers.
Maybe
they're very closed-mouthed about what they.
Yeah, that's why I'm employing magic.
I understand.
You could go for sailors.
Yeah.
All right, so you hit up a few taverns looking for some Elven Imperial officers or sailors getting a little shore leave and drinking and socializing and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I'll talk about my recent adventures with Lenelius and stuff, and how we travelled from the... Well, I'm not going to say anything sensitive, but I'm going to, just talk, we're back in town, I'm thinking about my goals and what I want to do. And then, obviously, I tried to angle it at, what would I be expected to do if I joined, Is there anything interesting going on in Bral?
So the Elven sailors would be very thankful for you'd be telling them about what happened in Talaran space essentially.
Yeah, and re-hooking up Oracle space.
Yeah. Most of them would not have heard much about that. I mean, they'd have heard about a great victory in Talaran space, and they'd be very interested in hearing about that. The only thing that you really pick up mentally is things along the nature of variations on like I hope we don't have, I hope my ship doesn't get shipped off to one of the battlefronts, or alternately, I'd like to see some action. I hope we are shipped off, but you don't pick up much in the way of details on that. But you definitely can tell that there is something going on.
They don't indicate what sphere or anything?
No. Not in their thoughts.
Well, I didn't take the free spell, so, and they don't last too long.
Alright. Do you want to just kind of check with some other sailors and locals and see what, that kind of thing?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I need to clear my throat.
Alright. So you'll spend about 15 copper on various drinks and stuff like that, and one of the locals will say, "Yes, I was down at the Laughing Beholder the other night, and some adventuring group came back. They said they were on they had a dragonfly, and they went to some nearby dead sphere. I don't know much about it, never heard of it, but they said that they found no life whatsoever there, but they did see an ancient space leviathan filled with strange undead. They didn't get very far in it before they had to leave out of fear of their own lives, but I bet there's many more adventurers thinking about going that way. There might be lots of treasures. Those things are always full of treasures."
That seems a bit, extravagantic at best. Maybe some truth for it. I mean, we went to a sphere that was practically abandoned, but not dead.
I mean, all of these rumors are a mixture of. Keep in mind, they're from a dungeon master point of view. It's what's going on.
Oh, they're half truths.
Things that may be completely false lies, but also just like if you guys just got incredibly intrigued by something and are like, let's go check that out. That sounds really neat. I'll make an adventure out of that kind of thing. So
I'll make a mention to go to Laughing Beholder, I guess, and see if I can figure out what these adventures we're talking about.
Well, that would probably be for after you got back, because from selling gems, just because like you're just trying to see what the news is. And again, like I'm just giving you rumors. They may be true, they may be false. You can go off and do them. I have like plenty of these have been potential plot things in the past that you have either acted on or not acted on. So
I just remember that I would really like those boots. Can I trade my spear in for those boots? Are they still up for sale or what?
Yeah, let's do that after you guys are done looking around for rumors. Just because, like, I don't want to have to go to a different section of my information looking around and stuff like that.
All right.
He wants some rumors about boots.
Those boots are not going to be there when I get back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying I want to, like, if you guys want to be going around getting rumors and news and stuff like that, I'd like to do that now, because that's where I am in my notes.
I'll do that.
Otherwise, I have to go to a different section of my notes, look for things, and then have to get back.
I thought we were done, and you were implying that we were going off sphere now.
No, sorry.
That's why I'm like, before we leave,
I mean, if you guys are done, that's perfectly fine.
No.
Well, we can go to another tavern and stuff.
Well, finish with your tavern, and we'll go round and see who else wants to go to a tavern. And then you can buy the boots.
Did I just hear company bar crawl?
Yeah, we can have a company bar
Yeah.
crawl.
We try to go to a few more taverns, see if we could pick up anything else.
All right, Finn,
have
Finn
you
and Ockar,
finished?
are you going? Anyone else going with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Leva, are you going?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Talix going? Do you need your bodyguard, or are we not the bodyguard for you?
Talix is always coming with these days.
Is he your mug holder?
She was. I mean, whenever she goes out, she will also ask him whether he knows, remembers anything.
I think you get to decide what it is.
You're pretty sure Talix has never been to Bral at this point.
Yeah, one of the. I don't know what places other people have got that they want to go to. Like, I don't know if Finn knows of a tavern that more druids go to, for example. But does Braxon remember a tavern that the ship carpenters used to go to when he was making ships before he joined the company in the Broken Sword?
I mean, a lot of it just depends on what they can afford and what they're willing to afford and what kind of clientele they like. I mean, like, there's everything from, the more rowdy ones to a little bit more quiet where you can have some dice games or card games without risk of your table flipping over because of a bar brawl.
Yeah.
So that all comes down entirely to the individual on what they're looking for in terms of.
So they didn't all go to one tavern.
No.
Okay. Well, Braxon would specifically, while we were on the pub crawl, try to locate any ship carpenters he might have worked with in the past, so that he can ask about ships that have come in with damage and what they said caused the damage.
Okay, let me see if you encounter any that you know.
Or even if they don't talk about it, you might be able to make it out yourself.
Yeah.
No, so
Like if
in your
someone-
trip, you do not encounter anyone that you actually know. You might still encounter
Okay.
other ship carpenters, but none that you actually know.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so while you are out and about with the taverns, you'll of course hear some of the stuff that you guys have already heard about. But some sailors off of a merchant ship will talk about a recent trip that they were just on, that they just got back from, and they say, "Yeah, I was crewing a tradesman out to Great Space. Those runs are pretty profitable, and Great Space itself is nice and secure now after the trouble they had a few years back. I'm hearing that there's a lot more traders going that way because of the increased trade opportunities."
We saw a couple of to that effect, didn't we?
I'm
On
sorry?
our way back to Bral. On our way back to Bral, didn't we hear someone going to Great Space? Some weapons exporter.
Yeah, what were the troubles they were talking about? Because we've been away for a couple of years.
You'd heard some stuff about that before you left. Something about the the rightful ruler, like some
Right.
sort of attempted usurpation or something like that.
Right, fair enough.
But
So
he's
nothing
now
more
on the
than that.
throne and secure in his rule and everything like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And there's some information about that, but like that was just being resolved when you were last here, kind of thing. So in the couple of years since, trade's really picked up. Basically, is what
Yeah.
you'd garner from the conversation. Some other locals will also tell you something that they've heard. I heard there was a great fight, a great battle between the Elven Armada and their enemies in their Talarn space. One of great victory. Some sort of flagship captained by a missing prince led the way. And now there's a full-scale civil war in that empire. It's pretty impressive. That
Shall
might
we
be
say
why
that
all
was
the
us?
elven vessels are busy these days.
Yeah, Braxon will say, yeah, we know we were there.
Oh, you were? Well, what is that? Is it true? Is it true? Did they win a great victory? Was the prince of this empire leading the way?
Yeah, we helped it happen.
Wow. So they'll like, you'll gather a definite
Not gonna
group
leave
of
you
people
alone now.
around you, throwing questions your way about, what was it like, how bad was the fighting, all that kind of stuff, and that will definitely be of great interest to the locals.
Oh, sorry, I've got something go through my mind. You know in Baldur's Gate how you get when you try to leave them up, you've been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself. I got Braxon has been waylaid by patrons in the tavern and must excuse himself.
Oh, it's not
Something
just
to that
Braxon.
effect.
It's not just Braxon though. It's all of you
Oh,
because you're all together.
no, I guess there'll be some reenactments or something between the group.
Yeah, we'll say a little bit about it.
All right.
Question?
Yeah.
Could Lever with some of the illusion spells actually show what happened?
Sure.
Sort of play it?
Yeah. Absolutely. And in fact, a couple people will throw some coins your way, thinking that you are a bit, like a bardic,
she'll do that.
tale teller kind of thing with some magic, and Leva will get a total of 17 silver pieces for that.
Wow. All she wanted was to help Braxon in in showing what actually happened.
So eventually, the locals will start going their own way as your tale will come to the end and people will have exhausted their questions. At another tavern, you will buy some drinks to a group of dwarves, and they'll tell you, "Aye, we're just back from herd space, exploring a new mountain range that no one's been to before. Found gold. Back here to get more of our brethren to come help us mine it. I'm a little worried about one of the star beasts, so it's pretty close, and it could easily step on those mountains. Hopefully, we can get the gold before that happens."
Oh, when's the last time we heard about Starbase? When we first started?
I mean, Forge Space has star beasts,
Yeah.
and you've
Have
been
we
there a
heard
couple
of Herd
times.
Space?
You've heard of Herd Space, yes, but none of you have been there.
I'm guessing it's because we've
Oh.
got loads of Star Beasts herd or something.
That wasn't where we found the fowl then.
No.
Right, okay.
No,
There is a rumor that there is a very, very learned fowl in Herd Space, but then again, there's also fowls like everywhere.
Yeah.
Speaking of fowls, Lever owes some books to a fowl in this sphere.
That's true.
How
True.
long you got left? A year?
A total of 7 years it was.
So that's 5 years
that's-
left, give or take.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot less than that.
I don't remember. I'm assuming you wrote it down correctly, so that's what I'm going with. Some other patrons will tell you about a rumor that they heard. One of them will say that they were speaking to a sailor off of a tradesman in from Heartspace, and he says, "I heard that powerful magic book was stolen from the Great Archive. I hear that there's a group of that religious faith there that thinks it means that the Heartsun is going to stop beating. Could spell
Sounds like-
disaster for that sphere." So you guys have heard of Heartspace. It's so named because the sun in it kind of beats. It like seems to get bigger and smaller and brighter and dimmer. Subtly, not like a huge difference, but enough to make it look like a heart.
Yeah.
So it's like a giant heartbeat sun kind of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
The throbbing sun.
Some other patrons are talking about the clashes between the Juggler's Men and the Red Masks, just off the Great Market.
Lafdul pays attention to that in particular.
So they'll definitely mention that, like, obviously violence is not unusual. Everyone knows that the groups will oftentimes clash over territory and stuff like that, but there's been basically like a battle between the forces every other day or so recently.
Really?
No one knows exactly what's going on. They wonder if something set that off or something like that. I mean, that's what they're saying.
Is there any truth to it? I mean, I know we were losing territory at one point, but
Yeah, I mean that's what you'd heard from the. You probably would have heard a little bit more details. Like this is coming from outsiders looking in. But
they named streets and stuff where they thought they might have potentially been fighting around.
Trader's Way, Man War Street, Sailmaker Street, up
Alright.
around that way.
Alright.
And of course, all the back alleys throughout there.
Mm.
And the only other thing you hear is one sailor will tell you that he heard from another ship that major disaster had taken place in a sphere you guys have only vaguely heard of, Ode Space, just another one of the many places that people go to, for trading.
Oats.
Ode.
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 I
Yes.
thought it was oats. I was
No.
like, what did they grow oats on there?
Apparently there was a moon of one of the air worlds in that sphere that just exploded, showering other moons and other worlds with debris, and rumors say that a strange white magical obelisk was found in the wreckage, but it's definitely caused a lot of problems for traders going around there, having to avoid flying rocks and debris.
I'm trying to think of that really old obelisk that was relating to Ockar a long time ago that I passed my my read language. That's the only time I'd ever passed it because I had like 5%. What was it? With the Rhaegar, I think it was like was it like an epitaph or a warning or an obelisk? I can't remember. It's been so long. Or it might have been in Forge Space. The Fire Giants. I honestly can't remember. I'm just wondering if it was a similar thing to that was all.
Maybe if you can remember more details and
No.
figure it out. Like, I mean, your memory is obviously hazy about it. So
Yeah.
if you can't remember the specifics, then you might have to do some research or something like that to see if there's a relation. So that's the main stuff about what's going on. Of course, you'll hear about local and distant conflicts and stuff like that people will have heard about. Local news, people getting married, deaths, stuff like that. But not much of that, comes up as being relevant to you right now.
People getting married to dead people.
Possibly.
No, doesn't have much.
Who knows? All right, so
Lafdul wonders
you
to
want
himself.
the boots. The boots.
Yeah, I did. I'm just wondering if how do necromancers do their vows until death do us part, but they're already dead.
Until
if they're
undeath
liches.
do us part. Wink.
Thing is, do they?
I mean, they're very very keen on romance because they're necromancers.
Boo! Boo!
That's Braxton's level. Don't go there.
I mean, you opened the door to it. I just
can't-
walked in.
You can't blame me for other people's bad jokes.
Yes, I can.
I mean, everyone blames Lafdul for their bad rolls, so sure, why can't he blame everyone else? Blame you for everyone else's bad jokes?
I don't think I've blamed Lafdul for my bad rolls. I've just usually got excited by them.
I said everyone, ergo that is true.
Right. No, usually I've forgotten which way the rolls go in 2E and got very excited about failing. Which is always fun.
All right, so Lafdul, you wanted to trade in that spear for those boots?
Yeah, see how much the spear weighs up.
You would need to put in another 7,000 gold.
It's pretty much almost all my gold as a straight gold transaction. We'll obviously switch out some platinum and stuff.
I mean,
but yeah, I can cover it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be literally gold coins. It can be it's gold pieces worth of value. All right, so you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that is some boots of levitation.
Lafdul's going to experiment with the boots. See what he can do.
Well, you
On the
can
ship.
levitate. I'll have to look
Yeah.
up the details later.
He's happy with the boots, so he has another means of. He's got magical boots again.
They'll only work if Leather wears them.
Hang on, I make sure that I can wear them
Yes.
and they work. All right, good.
Okay, so you wanted to try selling off valuables. Was there a group of things that you wanted to start with? Like, did you want to sell off the jewelry first, kind of thing, or did you want to sell off gems first?
We can. Well, we got them in separate. Hang on 1 second. Misc jewelry. No, that one. Not that one. All right. Do the misc valuables. I guess that's the easiest one.
Okay, so necklace, a collar, bronze ring, silver elven bracelet, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Okay. Last item I have in that group, a silver ring set with carved agate. Okay, so those are the ones that you want to sell to start with. Okay. Give me just a second. Who is going to be trying to sell off the stuff? Is that going to be you, Lafdul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the majority of the time. I also throw in a ceremonial Reaver's Axe with that, unless someone wants to claim that.
Ceremonial what?
I'm presuming Ockar would be the only one that's interested, but I think he only claims his trophies through victory, not through spoils.
I'm fine with you selling it.
Yeah, it's just a ceremonial Reaver Axe from the Finnel'ar ship.
Go ahead.
Raider. Yeah, alright, I'll add that. It's only worth like 50 gold, or at least I appraised it as that.
Okay, give me just a second. Give me a charisma check, please, Lafdul.
Charisma.
Okay.
15.
And what is your charisma reaction adjustment?
+3.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so you will be able to sell all of those for... I'm just going to round it up, 4,000 gold pieces.
Alright, less than what I thought. But I guess there's going to be a lot of downselling.
Well, they the people that you were selling it to drove hard bargains. You know, you haggled over it, but that's what you got. Okay, what is the next group that you want to sell from?
Hang on, I'm just removing these items from the list. Make a separate mark I have sold. Sorry,
That's fine. Take your time.
Alright, that's alright, So I'm just checking where this lines up. This one goes to... Wait.
You could always just do a strike through and then clean up the...
No, I
later.
clicked somewhere where I shouldn't have. Yeah, no, the lower... Well, I'm selling more gems, but these are the not expensive gems. These are basically the large polished greenstone, which are jade, and it goes all the way down to bright red faceted stones.
Okay. Second from that is small, transparent, fiery yellow faceted stones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Corundum, Oriental topaz.
Give me a second.
All of them are Talaran Grand flagship apart.
Yep.
And, well, yeah, and the last one was the second officer's quarters.
All right. Give me another charisma check, please. Okay. And let's see how hard they bargain. Okay. This time you get a pretty good deal out of these with your haggling. So that is going to be okay. You managed to sell that batch of gems for 19,500 gold.
19,500.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's actually relatively close.
Yeah, this is good. Depending on how much we got left, we can work out how many ports to go to. And as soon as we're done, we can stop making a circuit.
All right. How many of the expensive things is going to be a bit annoying? I hold back on that for just a couple minutes. I just need to do something.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're obviously going to be only selling a portion of the thing. You want me to bring you over to the sphere chart that I have, so you can like at least look over the planets and
Okay.
talk about
That's
that,
cool.
Braxon?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Bral is a pretty small sphere, so the sphere wall on the large side is really close in there. And there's only two
Right.
planets. Both of them are air worlds. They do have moons,
Yeah.
but they're not particularly well traveled, or they would not be particularly lucrative for
Yeah.
traveling there. So on the inner ones, you can see everything should be labeled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recab's wedge is on there.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's wedge shaped.
Yes. I figured I'd put in everything that I knew about that I've developed.
Awesome.
You can assume that the entire ring...
I don't see Green Shield.
Green Shield's a moon. It's a moon of Yggdra's Bauble.
Okay.
So moons are not in there. Yggdra's Bauble and the other one, Buron, they have a number of moons, but again, like I said, they're not particularly well settled, and they're mostly the sources of commodities and things like that.
Yeah.
So you can basically assume that the entire orbital ring that Bral is in, and Recab's Wedge, Corlean Moor, PC, your asteroid, which you guys can come up with a name if you want to actually give it a name at some point.
Yeah.
That's up to you, and I'll change that if so. That is a belt, so you can assume that there's additional villages and unsettled asteroids throughout there. The worlds that you know of, there's Spiral, Numeliador. Those are two primarily elven worlds. Spiral's a good destination that has more urban elves, whereas Numeliador doesn't have as urban elves, and in the same ring as Bral, Miniel's Arch is a crescent asteroid that does not have very urban elves at all.
So what can we gather about the trade?
Let me finish up the planets and then I'll let you know. No, that's fine. That's fine. So the other inner planets, there's Elnoref and Azure, and those are primarily human. But Elnoref is kind of an arid world, has a lot of like nomadic peoples and herders. Good source of animal products like fleece and wool and meat and cheese and things like that, but again, not particularly wealthy overall. Azure has a number of small kingdoms, so that would be one place that you could go. Like the most powerful kingdom there has... It's not as like lucrative as Bral by any stretch, but it would be pretty good. Iron Piece with all of the Tinker Gnomes is actually going to be the place that has the most liquid money available.
Yeah. Okay.
So Iron Piece, one of the ports on Azure, Spiral, and Numeliador would be the best places for you to go. Obviously, you can go to other places, but a lot of them don't have a whole lot of money. Like Recab's Wedge and Croylian Moor, neither of them have a lot of money for gem buying.
Yeah, sounds like Iron Piece is the best.
So Spiral and Azure would be about equal to each other, and Numeliador would be below that.
Struggling with the spelling.
I'm sorry?
I'm struggling with the spelling. Azure was better than Spiral, though, wasn't it?
It's about equal.
Ah, right, okay. Well, we'll go to Iron Piece first.
Okay.
And probably we'd do it by navigation. So if we go to Iron Piece first, then Azure...
How are we on the hill?
No, we're going to take the whole ship because...
Are we? Oh.
Yeah.
If we're going to Iron Piece first, shouldn't we... I mean, would it be faster not to go like a counterclockwise method? We could visit Recap's Wedge and then get Iron Piece and then to Azure.
We could, but we're not going to sell anything on Recap's Wedge. Braxon could
true.
visit his family.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, he wouldn't mind visiting his family, but it would be run in and run out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you're the captain. You are afforded some little things like that.
Yeah, I know. But obviously, this is about us offloading gems. We're not going to offload a single gem on Recap's Wedge, I doubt.
Then I guess Iron Piece it is then.
Yeah, Recap's Wedge is basically primarily farmers, and they sell food to Bral. I forgot what was on Corellian Moor.
Croylian Moor was where your sister now lives.
Oh, right. Right. Okay, that makes more sense now.
The asteroid is very windswept, and the people there primarily live by some farming. Mostly it's hardier plants like barley and potatoes, and also sheep herding. Like those are the big things that they do out there.
Yeah. So I didn't realize you'd only gone that far.
I was like, I hadn't actually decided where any of these were until just now, and it seemed like it makes the most sense for those to be fairly close to Brawl.
No, it does. It does. I like it. It's very close. Well, yeah, Recap's wedge is supposed to be close to Bral.
Yeah. But you can basically assume that each of the blocks has somewhere between 1 and 3 farming asteroids in general, at least up to a day or two away from Brawl.
Yeah, I think as this is for getting rid of gems and stuff we're trying to sell, Braxon would skip Recap's wedge and do that when we've sold stuff and got the ship refitted and done all the other stuff we want to do on Bral. And then we're about to leave the sphere, then he'd go back and do it then. Because we've only got so many days left with this crew before the end of the month. I can't remember exactly how much that is.
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, as long as you're like,
yeah.
I mean, if you stop there for a few hours, it's not going to make any difference.
Okay, fair enough.
So just
Yep. All right. I guess we'll stop there for a few hours. Braxon will sprint to see his family and work out.
Why sprint? You can just fly there on a fly, make an entrance.
Oh, yes.
A dramatic scene.
Yes, I forgot about the fly.
Sorry, you've got a book you haven't read yet. That's going to disappear at one point.
Oi! Braxon could read the book on the voyage. We are working stuff out, you know.
All right, you've just got a history of losing homes.
All right.
Should I? How much would it cost Braxon to hire someone to find Lafdul's favourite friend, Jewel? Bring her back.
I mean, that depends on how long it takes.
Don't forget, it was the entire party that was annoyed at her for
Braxon?
stealing homes.
Braxon,
Yeah.
you could ask Leva to send out an invisible stalker.
That's true.
Invisible stalkers do have a range. Like they cannot track across from planet to planet and stuff like that.
Well, just a moment.
It doesn't say that, no, but like the spell was designed to be used on a country level type area.
Like it might technically go from one planet to another planet, but it will probably expire on the way there.
It goes for send it hundreds or thousands of miles away.
Right, right. Planets are millions of
millions.
miles.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Like it is the kind of thing that you can use to hunt down someone who has fled your city to another city or your country to another country on the same planet, but it is not going to go from planet to planet or even sphere to sphere.
What a pity. Oh well.
I mean, like maybe it could, but you would die before it got anywhere. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once you're dead, then it doesn't need to do it anymore.
Okay. Right. So we're going to Iron Piece. Where else do we want to go to on our list? Azure?
Azure and Spiral would be the next step down in terms of available funds. And then Numeliador would be a step down from those two.
Yeah. So I guess we start with Iron Piece. Then if we haven't shifted everything, we go to Azure. And then if we still haven't shifted everything, we go to Spiral. And then we go to Numeliador, which I think Braxton doesn't want to go there because he can't say it.
Numeliador.
Numeliador. Right, okay. Yeah, so I think we go for those 4 ones, and we'll do a stop off at Recap's Wedge, and I think I will go with the fly.
Okay. All right, Lafdul. Before, what else did you want to sell here on Brawl? I believe you have diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and amber left. Is that correct?
Yeah. Diamonds, emeralds, rubies, amber.
Okay. what do you want to sell? Do you want to sell a specific group first?
I imagine it's just going to be a case of just lowering the amounts, and I'm just going to have to keep a running total for sealing.
Right, but I mean, like you can either sell like, do you want to sell all the high value diamonds and emeralds first, and then we'll see where that gets you?
The exceptional ones, the 10k ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see how many of those I can sell first.
Okay. Give me a charisma check, please.
Nope.
Okay.
This gem's clearly not worth 10,000, it's worth 2,000. What are you on about?
Good news is that they you still were pretty successful at your negotiations, your haggling. So I'm looking at 3 diamonds at 10,000, 3 emeralds at 10,000, correct?
Sorry, 3 diamonds and
3 emeralds.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can mark them off. Right. I'm going to treat these slightly. I'm going to strike them off rather than.
Okay, so you got 45,000 for those.
I'm spraying it up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the formatting sometimes?
Just let me know when you're ready to do some more.
Delete. Well, I'm just figuring out some now. 1 second. Yeah, that works.
Okay. You have a group of various diamonds of various values.
Yeah, they were from the little statue when we found Red Nord and all that.
Yeah. Do you want to do those next?
Yeah, they're all mixed.
Okay. Give me a charisma check, please. Okay. This is a bit of a harder negotiation than haggling than before, but not as bad as with the gems. Oh, not the gems, the jewelry. So that is going to be.
It's a fairly straightforward process because it's just a more expensive item of the same type.
Part of it is like you're going to different places to sell things, and I mean I'm. To be perfectly honest, like some of these would be like some of the jewelry would be sold at the same place that you're selling some of the gems. Blah blah blah. I'm just trying to make this a little bit easier. So that is going to be.
I might need to verify each one of these gems being sold because I mean, yeah, they are all grouped together, but there's also a bunch of 38 that are all the same value.
So I have 2 times 200. 8,000, 6,000.
Oh wait, the 2 times 200, take them out.
Oh, those are out?
They were not. Yeah, sorry, I should have updated you on that. It's only those that are out. The rest is in.
Give me a second then.
Because we bought those a long time ago. We bought those purposefully for powering the thingy seeker on our ship.
That's fine. Okay. So 8,000, 6,000.
Yeah, 8,000. All the way down to
I'll just read them
all the
off,
way.
and if
All
they
right,
So 8,000, 6,000, 2,500, 7,500, 6,500, 2 more times 10,000, 3,500, 500, 5,400, Another 3,500.
Wait. 5,400. It's 4,500 for that one. Underneath the
Yeah, I
500.
misspoke. 4,500.
Sorry.
And 3 more at 5,000.
Hang on, wait. Repeat after the 500.
4,500.
Yeah.
3,500.
Yeah.
And 3 more 5,000.
All right.
That's correct?
To there. Yeah.
Okay. So you sold all of those for 54,250 gold.
I need to write in that number. Hang on. Sorry. Say that again.
54,250.
250. 54250.
54250, yes.
All right. That one plus that. These are going to be marked off.
And that's going to be the limit to what you can sell on Bral.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing some update, making sure that's right. If anyone else wants to do something while I'm sorting this out.
So, Braxon, you're thinking Iron Piece first, then Azure, then Spiral, then Numeliador?
Yeah, so I suppose Braxton will go see if he can find some tinker gnomes. So here we find out if he can find out some rumors of what's going on Iron Piece.
Oh, they're happy to tell you all about the latest and greatest inventions from Iron Piece. They have truly perfected the Gnome Flinger, except for the occasional misfire that overshoots the destination pillow by anywhere from 500 feet to 2,500 feet. But that's just a minor thing, like, you know.
Right. I guess we won't be installing one on our asteroid.
Oh, they would strongly encourage you to do so. It would be a great way to get around, especially the interior. If you have multiple levels, you know, you can just fling someone right up to the 4th or 5th or 18th level within your asteroid.
Yeah, no, I was more thinking we've got those lizard folk living nearby.
That would be a great way to get between the two places. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll buy one in the future when they've perfected the system.
I mean, it's already perfected, just except for the minor overshoot occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
It only happens like 45% of the time. It's a minor thing. They're also quite proud of a new device that fries eggs and plays a wonderful rendition of the Mount Nevermind graduation theme at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I might have to listen to that if it's anywhere near where we're going to be selling gems.
It might be. I mean, they'd be happy to sell one to you, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, do they not? Do they don't have it in a church or something?
Well, no, it fries eggs. I mean, it's something to put in your home. Every kitchen should have one.
I guess we do need to replace that weird thing that Higgins had that would make tea.
I think he took it with him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We need something to replace that.
Well, it should be in the mess, not your office.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you want a tea warmer that doesn't produce flames, yeah, they'd be happy to make another one for you. You know, and as an added bonus, It will also seek out and eliminate any flies or wasps that get into your room as well.
Sounds fantastic. And they sell all of those on Iron Piece.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That and so much more.
Where's the best place for us to sell off some gems and other valuables in order to be able to afford these things?
So you'd probably want to talk to the mineralogy and garbage department. Both very highly correlated fields. And you could also speak to the optics department. Those would be the best places. And you know, I mean, who knows what else might need a gem as well to get it, you know, working properly. One of the gnomes has heard about a device that it's still in the testing phases, but it is a seat warmer and kaleidoscope in one. So
wow.
that might need gems.
That might, yeah.
Done, Lafdul?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Still tidying up a bit, but yeah.
All right. So, is that what you guys want to head to do now, or is there something else that you want to do on Brawl in those 4 days before you set out?
Was there anyone that missed last week? Lever, did you missed last week, didn't you?
No, I missed last week.
All right. Have you got everything done then?
There are some role-playing things I could do. Because I was trying to help out the Thieves Guild with some kind of game to put a curse on various opposing Thief Guild by somehow tricking them into trying to pick a curse lock.
That's something that you're going to need more time to develop further,
Right.
so it's probably not something that you'd be able to set up before you leave.
That's fine.
Don't forget, we are coming back. This is pretty much.
I will try to get a relatively nice commission, like a display box for these statues or something. Something that's nicer than a crate.
Yeah, you can definitely commission something like that. Well, I mean,
a decorative showpiece. Maybe it's got some glass in the front or something.
Right. So the crate would be for shipping and stuff like that, because you need the padding and everything like that. But if you wanted a crate to display it while selling it, or to display it at a location, you can get that commissioned. Probably 150 gold pieces, because it'll have a lot of glass and delicate.
This is for 2 pieces. Because I've got two statuettes to
That's
sell.
fine.
What, covers both of them, or each?
I mean, well, is this 2 boxes, or is it 1 box that holds both?
No, it'd be separate, because I don't imagine that one person will buy both statuettes. They might just buy one.
Okay.
Carvings,
100 gold pieces each then.
Okay, so sorry, is that everything?
Yeah.
So when I said to Ald earlier about we could pick up some little bits of cargo, he said we could get cargo on the side, and we're not going to nickel and dime it. But if obviously we're going to take on cargo for Iron Piece, if we take on cargo for Azure Spiral and Numilador, then we have to go there even if we sold the gems, because we've made a promise. So is everyone happy with us getting taking on cargoes for all 4 of those places, or should we just get Iron Piece? Or
no, I'm fine with that.
Anyone got any objections for 4 trips regardless?
Not really.
Okay, sounds like we're okay. Yeah, so I guess we'll quickly stop off at Recab's Wedge and then go to the other ones.
Okay.
Braxon, skip seeing his sister.
So I mean, that also means that you can like pick up some cargo for Recab's Wedge as well.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
fast before you go, there was something that I meant to bring up and I had forgotten. So Leva and Ockar, you were thinking about having Leva do the primary enchantment and just having the wizard do the permanency.
Yes.
Okay. So keep in mind that, like, Leva, that would mean that you're doing the enchantment and
Mhm.
he's just casting the
Well,
permanency. So that does mean that
They
like
will
all
be
of.
out of.
Go ahead.
She'll be out of it. Essentially, she won't be able to cast any magic.
Yeah, and it would be very time consuming. So
Hmm.
like that's the downside of that, and
So
that
it takes
would
research,
possibly
but
limit other options on what you can do.
She's aware of that.
Okay.
Is Ockar aware of it?
I mean,
Oh.
she'll stand behind that, or
No, it wouldn't be started yet because you need all the ingredients anyway. You'll need to gather everything before you get started.
well, one thing we had to do is we need an exotic process and an exotic material. I thought we would get the wizard to help source that.
well, research can tell you that if she's high enough level to make.
So
Enchanted
he'll
items.
tell you what he learns when you get back if that's what you guys want to do.
Okay.
And then either he can source it, which for an additional fee, or you can do it yourself, kind of thing.
I have a question about that.
Mhm.
Well, Leva in some ways has the question, and that is first is to Ockar. How heavy is that shield?
It's the same weight as a normal medium shield, right? On.
Yeah.
It's not like 7 or something.
That would be like 10 pounds.
Ooh.
The reason why I'm asking is because Leva has to be within 1 foot of it for the whole time. So if she gets around, she has to carry it around.
Just strap it to your back.
Yes.
You just
That's why
can't
I'm
use
asking
it.
it. That's why I'm asking how heavy it is.
I
Because
just told you 10 pounds.
Okay.
A full suit of plate belt leather. You're wearing that armor.
Where's Leva? Oh, she's inside that armor over there.
So
The thief hides in shadows inside the plate mail.
So keep in mind that would also preclude adventuring, which is not what's going on here, and it would not be what would be happening on Brawl unless you were going to like go into the sewers again or something like that.
Okay. You said you would roll level variation depending on the spells that she on the spells that she would have to cast.
Yeah. Like you haven't started yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Because you can't get started until you have the
Ingredients.
yeah, I mean until it's ready to be enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what it needs, that may actually be a ways off, or it could be really quick. Who knows? Until he gets back to you on that, and that'll be ready by the time you get back to Brawl.
All right. So this time she can just come without any problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you guys are ready to set off.
Yeah. I will cast an idea before we go, because I might have forgotten something.
You have not.
That's what that spell's good for, so you never know. I didn't get anything. Alright, I'm down a gold. Heyo. I'll just mark off my augury slot.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are on the right thing. So you should have your ship is near the Rock of Brawl. So you can start
where
moving.
are we? Yep. And it's 4 per day, isn't it?
It's 5 per day.
5 per day. So we could get 1, 2.
I mean,
3,
since you want to stop off at Recap's Wedge, we'll just say that
Recap's Wedge.
That will be the first day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do like that idea of going on a fly.
Okay, so you stop off. You deliver a little bit of cargo. That will net you 200 gold pieces for what you delivered, and you'll ask around a little bit to see if anyone else has any cargo going to Iron Piece.
Yeah.
They unfortunately will not.
Alright, I'm not keeping track of that 200 gold. I'm only keeping track of the gems and jewellery. Is Ceiling keeping track of that? Because I assume that's going straight into company funds if we're not going to split that. Because we're raising money for the company funds.
Yeah, that is all going into company funds.
Crew should be getting a cut of that.
Yeah.
They should. Alright.
Yeah,
well,
of course
I guess
they
it
should.
would be split.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we've just run it through the thing. Are you here, Ceiling? No.
I've written it down.
Yeah.
I can give it to. I'll write them all down. I can give them to Ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be calculated right this moment. You can wait until you finish the trip.
As long as someone's making note of that, because I'm keeping notes of the gems and stuff at the moment.
All right.
So, Braxon would want to visit his family, which would involve me remembering who they all are and say hello to everyone. He'll want to see the shrine. He'll want to see a place where maybe there could be a more public shrine to Ptah.
I mean, there could be a public swine to Ptah as well. It's up to you.
There could be, yeah. A big pig. The religion's gone wrong. They're now worshipping Ptah as a pig that lives in a pyramid.
Braxon,
Yeah.
you said you're going to look whether you remember them. Don't you remember your family?
The player doesn't necessarily remember. That's okay.
I've got it all written down.
I'm asking Braxon.
Braxon does. Braxon remembers everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess I'll find out how long the fly will last.
So you dock at the edge, and then you hop aboard your fly.
Yeah. Well, they'll make sure people know he's delivering cargo first and all that.
You know, as Braxon flies off, once he's flying off, I'm casting Dispel Magic on it. I'm going to see what happens.
Okay.
More PvP.
I want to see if... obviously, if it's a Fatal 4, I'm not going to do that.
You don't know. If you're destroying my magic item forever, you don't know.
No, I'm just making sure Braxton doesn't fall to his doom. I'm not trying to kill the guy. I
Well,
might injure you.
You may go to your doom if you destroy his magical item.
From what I said to Ald, and I don't know whether he's going for it, the coastline at Recab's Wedge has got loads of thorns growing along the coastline, and they have like a boardwalk that comes out, and then you can go onto the underside and go back on the boardwalk and get on the bottom side of Recab's Wedge. So if you dispel it and make him fall into a big thing full of thorns, you might take a bit of damage.
He won't die though. That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, first of all, do you know what is on the top side and what is on the underside?
Braxton's family lives on the top side.
Okay. Is there do they live primarily in the village, or do they have a farmstead?
Let me find the write-up.
Because you were trained at Bowyer Fletching, but I don't remember if that was like a family business or...
Yeah, that was a family thing.
Okay, so then they would probably be in... your parents would probably be in the village then.
Okay. Right, fair enough.
Because if that's their job, is making bows and arrows for the community, then they don't need unless they do that as a side thing in addition to farming or herding or something like that, then they would be in the village.
Yeah.
But if they also do farming, then yeah, they'd have a farmstead, and they just like come in on market day or something like that.
Yeah. So let's see.
I mean, if you don't remember, you can just decide what it is now and
No, I
retcon
found the.
Okay.
I just realised you source all these images from wherever for all these little planetoids.
Yeah, they own. It says what I rolled up was they own at least a small dwelling. Its income slightly exceeds its needs, and their family makes bows and arrows, as well as doing farming.
Okay, then maybe
So
they have.
I guess they live in a little farm and make bows and arrows on the side.
Yeah,
As
well,
a side business.
Or it's their primary business, and the farming is a side business.
Yeah, maybe they bought a farm up from someone who went bankrupt or something.
All right, so I mean, it could just be enough to feed the family or something like that, and occasionally sell off some extra grain or whatever.
They also engage in archery contests.
Yeah. All right, so you issue the command to the fly, and it enlarges to a size that you can ride on it. You hop on it and begin to fly off. Lafdul, go ahead and cast your Dispel Magic. Use the macro.
I'm trying to do this surreptitiously, but you know, not just in public view of everyone.
I understand.
Characters level 9. Oh, that's really high.
Why can't you get a roll like that when it's actually important? So, Braxon.
Important. How dare you? How dare you?
Braxon, you...
This is intrinsic to my character.
Yes. You're flying, and then all of a sudden you feel the fly shrink down beneath you, and you go tumbling to the ground, and you do fall into the thorns.
Ouch.
So let's see how much damage you take. All right, 4 points of damage from the fall and 3 points of damage from the thorns and getting out of it, so 7 points of damage total.
Is he wearing armor? Because if he's wearing armor,
do I lose the fly in the thorns?
You do not, because like you're riding it, so it's shrinking down. You're holding onto it as it falls, so you'd keep a hold of it, and you'd stand up and you have the small figurine in your hand.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm down to 71 hit points. Right.
Terrible flying thing. It just ceases working after a while.
God, you have a lot of hit points.
Well, Isabel help him with that. Did Braxton hear Lafdul say that?
No, I wouldn't have
said
that.
Well, that part I don't know.
No, I wouldn't have. It's just more of a comment to myself.
Okay.
It's completely slow.
Braxton's going to look back as he climbs out the thorns.
There's definitely a smirk on Lafdul's face, but there's no tell other than that.
Okay. Well, Braxton's going to jog then to his family to say hello to some of them.
All right. I mean, you could issue the command word to the fly again, see if it.
Oh right, yeah, he'll do that.
Okay. It does return to its large size, and you're able to get on. It's very weird. You know, maybe.
I think Braxton will walk to the end of the jetty, so he's not near the thorns.
Okay. Well, so you had to get out of the thorns before you could do that anyway. So like that's part of what the damage was.
Yeah.
All right, so you hop back on and fly to your family, and a little cut up and a little bruised.
Yeah.
And your family was like, "Oh, looks like you're up to your old tricks again, Braxon. Riding on something that shouldn't be ridden on, some giant insect.
Yeah, I won this. I just popped back because I'm with a unit called the Company of the Broken Sword now. We have a office on Bral. And I was coming back to see how things are going for the church here. And see how you lot are.
Well, they will definitely tell you the latest news and stuff like that. Your sister who moved to Croylian Moor, is she older sister, younger sister?
I think she was the oldest one.
Okay, so older than you?
Yeah, Braxon's got, let's see. Braxon's got 2 older siblings, girl Ravisa and a boy Arlon. So that would have been Ravisa.
Right.
And he's got 1 younger sibling, which is a girl called Giona.
All right, so she
So
probably would have gotten married by now. So they'd be
Giona.
telling you about that.
Okay. What about Arlon?
He was probably married before you went to Kryn Space, so.
Right.
But they'll give you, family news. And I mean, like, this is up to you, whether they've moved away or whether they're still here, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll leave a lot of those details up to you to decide what has happened with your family.
Well, Brax's extended family is big, and they're pretty much mostly involved in the religion of Ptah, and a lot of them travel around Bral space trying to spread the worship of Ptah.
Okay.
So
So they'll probably mention that the most recent expedition has been to Elnaraf, trying to convert more of the population there.
Right.
Since the silly Celestians here are so reluctant to find their way to Ptah's grace.
Yeah, I was wondering if saving up to build a bigger shrine here would help.
Well, it wouldn't hurt, they'd tell you.
Yeah.
They'd be happy to take care of a larger shrine, a more glamorous shrine that can better reflect the wonders of Ptah. And Ptah's creation and everything.
Yeah, we've also obtained an asteroid, which we haven't named yet. So we might want to do a deal for getting some food at some point.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know if you, like, just because you as players haven't named it doesn't necessarily mean that you as characters haven't named it. So just as a...
Yeah, the character... I was just thinking when you said that. There's those stones for sharpening swords. Is it a whetstone?
Mm-hmm.
Wet sedge.
Senge?
Senge?
Did you say senge?
No, I was saying wet sedge.
Wet
I
sedge?
don't know why. It's got water in it.
I thought a stone for sharpening swords. Well, anyway, whatever sharpens a sword might be a name for...
Yeah, it's a whetstone. That's a wet sedge.
Yeah.
You guys can discuss it amongst yourselves. I'm just saying,
yeah,
I don't know, and I don't care, and it doesn't need to be decided whether the players or whether the characters have named it or not. And I'll leave that up to you guys to discuss and decide.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, Braxon will catch up with people, and then he will. When he was young, he's saved a kid's life and got given this long sword that he's still got. So he'll probably pop back to see if he can find the guy that gave him the long sword.
Was it the kid's father?
Yeah. So what happened? Where is it?
Oh, that's fine. I just the kid would probably be an adult by now.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. He helped fight off a scaver that attacked people at the docks when he was young.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you saved a kid's life, then he'd be an adult by now, and he'd be happy to see you and hear about what's going on with you. Probably has a young family at this point.
Yeah.
You know, working as the family farm kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so I think after that, Braxton would get back to the.
All right. It was
get back
definitely
the
good
ship.
to
Well,
see your family.
Is the kid's father still alive? Because
Yeah.
that's the guy who taught him how to fight with a long sword.
Yeah, probably a retired mercenary. Probably works as like the militia leader of the asteroid. Teaching the
Yeah,
young kids how to fight off scavers and pirates and raiders and stuff like that.
Yeah, Braxton will tell him that if Recab's Wedge ever gets into trouble, to send someone to the Rock Bral and tell him where Higmus's office is.
They will definitely do that. They do not have a ship with a helm of their own, though.
Yeah, I know.
But given the close proximity, they do get merchant ships coming by every week or two, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're,
Okay.
So they'll definitely keep that in mind. They'll be happy to report that they haven't had any Neogi raids in years.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Have they heard of anything else?
Nothing new and different than what you've already heard.
Right. Yeah, because I suppose from their point of view, it's just people come to collect food.
They're it's a pretty backwater village kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess Braxton will get back to the ship and he'll give Lafdul a sidelong glance.
Sounds like you look like you had fun in that thorny bush. Was it blackberries or something?
So it was you then.
No, I'm just commenting on how you look. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm lying, but it's whether or not you believe me. It's up to you.
Did you say obviously I'm lying?
No, I'm saying to you, the person playing your character.
Yeah. Braxton knows you're lying.
Yeah.
I think Braxton's fairly convinced that Lafdul's lying because he brought it up. He wouldn't have brought it up.
Well, no, you gave me a sidelong glance, and that's why I thought you came over to me for a conversation or something. Or was this just a passing comment?
No,
look?
it's Braxton decides.
No, we just be looking at each other then.
Braxton decides that Lafdul's admitting his guilt.
Oh, really? Fair enough.
Okay. Right. So Braxton will get us underway again.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to rule that's taken up the whole day.
That finished up the rest of the day. I mean, it's only a fifth of the day. Like you'd been through 4/5 of the day already. So I think that would just be like, just end the day there and get started.
That's fair enough.
So you get underway. Go ahead and.
I don't know if we're better off staying on the thing we're on or going in one. Let me just do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 that way. Same. All right, we'll go one in though anyway, so we avoid Corellian Moor.
I mean, these are big squares. Just because you're in the same square does not mean that you're stopping at the world or even dropping out of spelljamming speed.
Oh, right.
It just means that you can.
Fair enough. Right, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us another day.
Yep, that day is uneventful. You obviously have charts and everything like that, so you would know that you did pass by Corellian Moor.
Yeah.
Half-Elven will be spending his time learning how his beats the levitation mark, experimenting throughout the day.
Okay.
Oh, when we asked for cargoes, we would have asked if they had cargoes for Corellian Moor as well, but they probably wouldn't.
Recap's Wedge wouldn't, and since you weren't planning
Yeah.
on stopping at Corellian Moor, you probably wouldn't have
Yeah.
asked for cargo there, even if you knew you were going.
Yeah,
busted.
we didn't ask for that on Rock of Bral.
Yeah.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that day is uneventful.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Well, you'd probably want to spend a day there anyway, just
Yeah.
haggling, negotiating, delivering your cargo, that kind of thing.
Imagine if Solas was here, he'd want to see the beavers.
Anything happening?
Nope. You can pull in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether beavers buy gems, so we might not be visiting them.
No, they would not, and they're not well known as a the gnomes know about them, but the gnomes also don't think that highly of them. The beavers do not make a point of, they keep to themselves. They don't make a show of their capabilities and stuff like that. So, they're not a known trading partner with anyone other than the gnomes, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And basically anything that you would get that ultimately is from the beavers would come through the gnomes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you'll need to take the shuttle down.
Yeah.
Because the port is a water port.
Okay.
So you load up the cargo on the shuttle and take it down, leaving your main ship in orbit. Some Gnomish ships would come out to greet you as you are approaching to determine your intentions and allow you to dock, direct you there. They also have an even longer list of goods that they ask you about before you're allowed to dock. Are you carrying any...
Oh, they liked that stuff for the space hamsters, didn't they? They really asked for that all the time. That's something we should have brought. And you just remembered now. Oh well.
Didn't think of it.
Maybe that's in our cargo.
It's
That
like
could be
alfalfa or something.
It could be. So yeah, new additions are peach-colored apple berries from Azure. They're wondering if you are carrying any taloned hagfish from Talarn, stuff like that. And then finally, at the end, they do ask you if you're carrying any alfalfa. And no, you're not carrying any of the things that they're asking about.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Braxon will say that we're not primarily traders. We're an adventuring company. But we do have some cargo for you.
You would have a bill of lading that would detail what's in it, and none of it is anything that they're asking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go ahead and dock. Oh, I should have also charged you a docking fee for Recap's Wedge.
Oh, there's a docking fee.
Oh, yeah.
Right, fine.
Yeah, every place has a docking fee.
Okay.
And that would have been because again, it's like water service and air and stuff like that. Your air is obviously not fouled, so you're not getting penalized in at any of these places. But docking fees would be pretty standard across the board for all of the the larger worlds here. So Recap's wedge would have also been 50 gold and 4 silver.
50 gold piece. Plus 4 silver.
Yeah.
Well, that reduces how much we made from the cargo a little bit, but never mind.
But here at Iron Piece, the docking fee is only 35 gold.
Is that because we came in with the 35 gold piece? Is that because we came in with the hilt and not the full ship?
Actually, that's right. Hold on. That would be different. 10 gold pieces. It's because they do not they don't have a water or air tax.
10 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's how much do we make from the cargo?
So you deliver your cargo, and that will net you 500 gold pieces.
500 gold pieces. Okay.
Okay. And Lafdul, what do you want to try to sell here on Iron Piece?
1 second, I just got to bring it up again. Well, we got cut diamonds, cut emeralds, cut rubies, cut amber, and a few exceptionally cut amber as well. Yeah, so those basically.
What do you want to start with?
Yeah, the amber would be easiest. Amber's generally easier to sell, but I'll go with the diamonds, emeralds, and rubies because they're all the same value.
Right, but so like part of it is that like you have uses for diamonds. So if you keep the diamonds until last,
emeralds on.
Okay. All right. So that is going to be.
So you got two different people you can sell gems at as well. Don't forget, there's the mineralogy and garbage department, who also are in charge of the optics department.
They're not in charge of the optics department.
Oh, yeah, sorry, the optics department's separate.
Yeah, and there's also a Dowar trading port. I'm basically you're just selling off what you can to whoever you can, and I'm just going to do one roll to see what you how well you do. All right, so give me a charisma check, please, Lafdul.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the emeralds, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. All right, you'll be able to sell off 15 of the emeralds.
15.
Yeah.
1 second, I just got to find the sheet again. 15. How much are they going for?
You will get 56,250.
Hang on. Sorry, 5. Say that number.
56250.
56250. Plus. Yeah, I've updated the things.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It is about time for us to take our break. So that'll give you guys some time if you want to think about anything that you want to purchase at Iron Piece. Plenty of gnomish equipment. Wonderful, wonderful gnomish equipment that only slightly backfires somewhere between 40 and 75% of the time. So wonderful deals. So we will be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Good time to get something to eat or drink, and we will see you all shortly as the party continues their
See you on the other side.
gem exchange trip.